So, Bestie, we've been having an issue, you and I. You know, I always introduce you to people. You never introduce me to anyone. What's that about? What do you mean I never introduced you to anyone worthwhile? That's rude. She's literally in the back waiting to be introduced to you. That's Ashley Gillard right there. And you just said that. Aren't you embarrassed of yourself in front of her? I can't take you anywhere. I can't take you anywhere. You're crazy. I can't take you anywhere. No, but you want to see crazy? Crazy is right here. Ashley has a TikTok account. Surprise. It's another TikTok video.
Shut up.
It goes by the name Ashley Solves Mysteries. And as you can tell from the name, that makes Ashley a sleuth. What is a sleuth? A person who has the hobby of being a detective and tries to solve real-life cases, but online. In fact, there is an online sleuth community that has actually helped resolve a few cases with their online contributions. They can be useful, but not Ashley. She can't be useful. Here's why. Ashley doesn't need to go looking for evidence. The evidence comes to her in tarot readings.
So when I was reading the murder weapon, this card came up. So the weapon could look something like this.
Yeah. Her higher being self gets a spirit that tells her.
I'm sorry, y'all. So the message that I got today was
the facts. You know, it goes.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's in her bio. Ash is God. That's in her bio.
I actually need to apologize for calling the Moscow PD stupid. We're literally all working together. Whether it's me doing readings, the people in the comments asking questions, Moscow PD and the FBI putting information out that we otherwise wouldn't have. We're literally solving this together.
She's like a chosen one in a way, you know, with her connections to that world, of the world of truth. She learns things and she helps resolve cases with those things she learned.
We're literally solving this together.
Sounds, whack. Sounds whack. But whack sounds harmless, right? Until it's not. Until you're whack enough to get yourself into trouble, which is what happened when Ashley tried to resolve the tragic case that happened at the University of Idaho that claimed the lives of 4 students last November. Now, out of respect for the victims and their families involved in this case, I'm not going to go into the details of everything that, unfolded. And I'm not going to talk about her little rhetoric, what she decided to come up with, because, I think it's disrespectful. But I'm going to give you the general gist of it, just to show you how crazy this shit is, all right? The perpetrator of the crime was apprehended. But still, Ashley decided to take it upon herself to find the perpetrator that was already apprehended. But it didn't convince her, because something wasn't adding up in her tarot readings.
I don't show y'all the cards usually when I do readings.
She laid down the cards, and the word history kept coming up. History, history, history. She made the connection. It was the history professor at the University of Idaho. The cards were trying to tell her. She rushed to the internet and laid down the accusation. Rebecca Schofield, you criminal! She says, I'm new, I just have a question. Have you been researching or online doing deep dives, all the info and rumors, or do you just rely on your readings to tell you what's with the case? No. A spirit tells her all this. Even the private conversations, even the private conversations that happened that you don't know about, nobody knows about, that happened between 2 people that were involved. She knows about them because the spirits tell her.
All right, so it's finally, I get what's going on now. So she's talking to Jack.
This random weirdo on the internet decides that Rebecca Schofield, the University of Idaho's history professor, was responsible for this tragedy.
Rebecca Schofield and Jack Decor are plotting another crime as we speak.
A professor that has never taught these students. The only evidence here was Ashley's history tarot cards. That was enough evidence for Ashley to make this massive accusation. And with massive accusations come massive consequences. You are messing with people's lives when you tie them into a case such as this. This is a serious charge, right? But Ashley didn't seem to care. She went on with the rhetoric.
A lot of people have been asking, who is Rebecca Schofield? And I just did a random reading and was spiritually advised that we need to dig deeper into her personality.
She made stories.
Remember earlier I was saying how she is unable to keep her promise to Jack DeCour. This could be the reason why she can't keep her.
She created an entire narrative.
I haven't done readings on certain agencies and entities because that's kind of crossing the line.
Crossing the line! Because she hasn't crossed the line yet. You know, when she claimed that the university's history professor murdered 4 students. No, she did because of a tarot reading. We didn't cross the line then, did we?
But just know, I'm not the only one who suspect Rebecca Schofield.
She has somehow constructed this humongous narrative, this humongous rhetoric that she kept sharing on her social media of how it is fact. It is not a speculation. It's not an allegation, a fact. So she received a cease and desist letter from a lawyer on the 29th of November. What is that? It is sort of like a formal warning asking you to stop the illegal activity that you are partaking in. In this case, the defamation of Rebecca Schofield's character.
But no! No, the tarots are always right! The spirits were telling me!
And she kept going. Look at how many videos. She posted tons of videos. Who is Rebecca Schofield? Rebecca plans to leave her husband for Kaylee, just tying into the entire, this entire story she constructed for herself. She's talking about the weapons, she's talking about the lady, she opens up about desiring women and wants to fight. Well, I am sorry, what the f is she on about? Honestly, it's at the next level crazy. That shit is scary. So she gets another cease and desist letter. Two warnings. She just kept going. Clearly, she doesn't understand what a cease and desist letter is. And it shows even more in this video.
I haven't been served yet, but I'm actually gleaming with excitement.
She's gleaming with excitement at the thought of going to court.
I am going to immediately start planning because I cannot wait to present my ideas in court regarding Rebecca Schofield and her role in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students.
Except that's not what you're going to be in court for.
How she planned it, how it was her initial idea, how she hired Jack DeCour, how she enticed him and
she got all of that from a tarot reading.
Energized him and got him ready to kill his own best friend.
Oh my gosh. That is some dirty shit, if I'm being honest. Imagine being involved in such a tragedy. There's some rando online starts taking advantage of your tragedy for their own social media gain. That is disgusting. You think you can just drag somebody's name through the dirt and not go to court? Nope, she sued her. She served her that court case.
Okay, so I spoke too soon. This is the case request for filing for a lawsuit against me from Rebecca Schofield. I'm not stopping, so let's just start there.
Girl, oh my God, you need help. You need some serious help.
But 2, this is giving us information about what her alleged alibi is for the night of the murder. And now I have information about what she's saying her alibi is. I'm gonna dig deep into that too.
What?
Also, why does she need 3 lawyers for me? 3 lawyers. Why does she need such a big defense team if she's so innocent?
Defense team? Oh my God, sweetie, no. No, you're the defense team here. This is a lawsuit against you. Oh my God. She thinks she's taking Rebecca on trial for being involved. You're not there to prove Rebecca's guilty. You're there to prove this is, oh my God. You have to be some kind of delulu. Yes, Your Honor, the tarot readings.
Why does she need 3 lawyers for little O / big O, for real, me?
Now, the reason why you're not seeing the tarot readings right now is because this is a court case and she's decided to delete all the evidence that there is, I guess, against her. But there is one clip that she's left over here because she stitched it. It gives you an idea of what her tarot readings looked like.
The reading that I did on his arrest and her arrest, 2 totally different readings. It looks like he will be put to justice way before she does. They will be slow in arresting her. She's gonna first go to another job. She's gonna leave her current job.
So this is a real person we're talking about, okay, that has a real reputation, that has a real career, that has real family and friends.
She's gonna focus on her writing and she's gonna isolate herself.
That we have accused of committing a disgusting, violent act.
After she backstabs the killer, She's not gonna live up to her promises for him.
Oh my God, girl, I don't know what whimsical world you live in. This is embarrassing. Girl went above and beyond. She has a lawsuit filed against her and she still continues. This stitch she posted after the news of the lawsuit came to her. So she's gotten 2 warnings and then the lawsuit was filed. Like shit keeps hitting the fan. You know, it just keeps going and she keeps inviting it over. Like she doesn't seem to get that she is digging a much deeper hole for herself as she goes on. And she just keeps pushing it. Like, is this how y'all want me to react to Rebecca Schofield versus Ashley Gillard?
I think this is how y'all want me to feel about a measly ass $75,000 lawsuit that I'm gonna win. Oh my God. Killer Rebecca is suing me.
Killer Rebecca, she said. You know they're gonna play this video in court. What are you doing? And she keeps taunting Rebecca Schofield, you know, the lady whose life she attempted to destroy with her defamatory comments. You sure you want to do this, Rebecca Schofield? This isn't going to end well for you. How can you not take this shit seriously? The days leading up to the court case, she just keeps getting crazier. Her speculations get worse, all right? Now, she has physical evidence against Rebecca.
Like I have physical evidence against Rebecca Schofield that validates everything that I've said about her, but I can't speak on it now because it has to wait for court. So hopefully court doesn't take too long.
Now she has physical evidence all of a sudden. All right, maybe it's the tarot card physically, you know, the card is physically her evidence. But now she has physical evidence, which is even worse for her case because that's literally like not presenting physical evidence in an open case is, you know, an obstruction of the case. That is literally something you can be charged against. Like you're not doing this any better for yourself.
It's like Rebecca took out some of the immediate gratification of discovering things about her.
Discovering things about her. Like Rebecca took gratification out discovering things about her. A complete random stranger on the internet has decided to call this lady a murderer. And this lady has taken gratification by just discovering, you know, by taking her to court, by just discovering, like, girl, be for real. The court case, if you check the file, literally says, in her TikTok posts between November 24, 2022 and present, Gillard made false and defamatory statements implicating Professor Schofield in the murders of the 4 university students more than 40 times. More than 40 times. Since these false statements involve criminal accusations, they are per se defamatory in nature because they are an attack at the character of the person. Do you know what's ridiculous is how bold she is with it? Rebecca Schofield will spend her life in prison, she says.
First of all, I'm not worried about Rebecca Schofield suing me because she will be using her resources to fight for murder cases.
No, she won't! Get that in your head!
She's not fighting for a murder case. It's a defamation case against you!
You ordered the execution, the murder of Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, and Zaina.
It's not a speculation at this point. She did it. That's what she says. You really thought you weren't going to be sued, someone said. Like, you really thought you weren't going to be sued. You were just going to say what you want. You're not going to... Well, she says...
So since you are so pressed, let's ask the spirit, how many years will Rebecca Schofield get in prison?
I'm sorry, what? Who are we asking?
Let's ask the spirit.
The spirit.
Okay, so it appears that she's gonna lose her job first.
What?
Then she's gonna go to jail, and while she's in jail, she's gonna be either physically and mentally ill or mentally ill.
This is some crazy, next level crazy. As the court case advances, you have to prove the defamatory nature of these comments, and you can't prove that they are defamatory unless you prove that they are untrue. And so to do that, there was an alibi that Rebecca Schofield had to provide, you know, about her time during, you know, where she was when the tragic events happened.
But someone commented and asked me how I felt about Rebecca Schofield's alibi that she was not in Idaho during the murders. For the life of me, I don't understand why y'all believe anything this lady say.
What? Well, because, why the hell should we believe what you say? Like, that's what's wild, you know? I'm gonna listen to my tarot cards before I listen to, the person that I'm actually accusing.
But I get giving people the benefit of the doubt. I'm 100% convinced of everything that I've alleged.
Alleged? You did not allege. You did not even speculate. You stated.
When I make mistakes, if you look back at my videos and you see Twitch, within 12 hours in one video, I deleted everything that I said, retracted my statements, and said I need to look into that further before I post anything else about him. I haven't posted anything because I haven't had the time to investigate, and I've left that alone.
You're so good. You're so good. Investigate? You mean like ask the spirit? What do you mean I haven't had time to investigate? Your investigation is reading tarot cards. Which is like, I should just delete this. Maybe I'll reread this tomorrow.
I've done over 100 videos regarding this case. I am convinced that what I'm saying is true.
This lady is the embodiment of a person you cannot talk to. You cannot talk to. If she pulls out a tarot card that says you like vanilla ice cream, but you hate vanilla ice cream, she's gonna tell you that you're wrong. You love vanilla ice cream, whether you f***ing like it or not. If you tell her, no, I like mango ice cream, you're lying. I'm not gonna believe you. Go ahead, tell me more about me. Teach me more about me. What's ridiculous is like, we're not even talking subjective matters. We're talking very objective matters, like where I was. That's an alibi. Where I was. I physically can't not be where I was, Like that is where I was. No! I simply don't believe you. The tarot card said so. Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, you have to pay attention to what someone doesn't say just as much as you pay attention to what they do say. Rebecca Schofield said that her and her husband were not in town during the murders, that they were in Portland, Oregon. She said she checked out of the hotel they were staying in November 13th and that they had a 5-hour drive back. Now, what it doesn't say is, what time did she get to Portland, Oregon? How did she get to Portland, Oregon?
Girl really thought she did something. Like, girl, that's none of your damn business. Okay, literally none of your damn business. The alibi came up as an attempt to address that they were indeed defamatory comments. You have to prove that they are truly untrue. Okay, but you got Ashley here still pushing on the evidence that she has.
People have been asking me to provide evidence for the statements and allegations that Rebecca Schofield ordered, planned, initiated, and executed the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. Although she did not do it with her own hands, like I said, she hired with a promise to pay in different ways. Now, people have been asking me for evidence, and I think that is the most ridiculous thing that I've heard.
How ridiculous of you. How ridiculous you are. Asking me for evidence. How dare you? I am offended. You're not just gonna take my word for it.
A psychic investigator, and Google it if you don't know what that is, job is to lead, to guide, to a higher understanding, to give clarity, and it is the law enforcement's job to assess the information that the psychic investigator gave them.
Psychic investigator, the dumbest shit I've... Right. So, I can be a psychic investigator. What is to say who is a psychic investigator and who is not? First of all, this is assuming, there was a place for psychic investigators in law enforcement to begin with.
It seems to be an impossible task set before me.
You hero, you. Thank you, Ashley. You are doing good work, completing this impossible task that has been set before you.
They're asking me to provide evidence.
I just accused someone of murder, and they asking for evidence. There's a dead body, there's evidence.
When I don't have the infrastructure.
When I don't have the evidence. Like, why are you asking me for evidence if I don't have the evidence, I'm just gonna go buy a car right now. They're gonna ask me for money. I don't have money. What do you mean you're gonna... This is ridiculous. Give me the car and go get the money from the people who have it. That's the vibe this lady's giving.
To seek the evidence, even if I know that it's there.
She's like, you asking me to go seek the evidence? I know that there's money out there that I can go work hard and get to buy this car. But you're asking me to go seek it? Just give me the car and you go get it. Just give me the car and you go seek the money from whoever has it.
However, to be asking me for evidence, that's just ludicrous.
Oh my Lord.
To me.
To you.
That's just like asking anybody else in the tip line providing the tips that they requested for evidence of their tip.
Well, obviously, they do ask for evidence of the tip. They're not just going to listen to anybody's tip. They're going to need to know why you think so. And the second you open up your mouth and say, tarot, yikes. So she got pissed by the fact that her tarot readings that are supposed to be, helping people.
At this point, I don't want to help anybody do anything else.
I'm literally doing you a favor right now, law enforcement. Why am I going to court? She's like so confused. So she's decided she's never gonna help anyone anymore. This is her, villain becoming story. And then suddenly she was getting evicted from her home.
What's real irritating about this eviction is I was so kind to them.
So she seems to have another situation going on right now. And it's the fact that she has more legal trouble with her landlord.
Like, I could have reported them for federal fraud, misuse of funds, stealing, bribery of judges.
Right? And she's getting evicted. But for some reason, everyone is wrong in all of these situations, except her. For some reason, that's the theme we see here. She's got legal trouble with her landlord. She's got legal trouble. Like, girl, you need to calm down. You need to take a break and just self-reflect a little bit, Literally somebody told her, here we go again. Everyone is wrong but you. And what does she say? Because they are. That's why. Goodness. Someone's like, have you paid your rent? You failed English comprehension, didn't you? What? Well, there was nothing wrong with the question. What are you? But then she ran away from the law. She was like, bye y'all, court. Me? I'm going to Bali.
Long story short, I would like to go to Bali.
She's gonna go get herself together in Bali.
So I can get myself together.
All right, far away from the justice system. Lovely. Lovely. Just what a story. Whack. Just whack. I have no words. That is some kind of crazy. What do you think? Let me hear your thoughts. Do you think that it was right for her to go to court for defamation? Do you think Rebecca Schofield has the right to sue her for defamation over a tarot reading? But is it even the tarot reading? Or is it the fact that she had decided to build an entire narrative out of this tarot reading based on a tarot reading that really dragged this woman's name through the dirt? Like a professor's entire career is like sort of in jeopardy right now because this random stranger on TikTok decided to take it upon herself to spew bullshit for her own social media gain. And what? Out of a tragedy that real people were affected by. And after receiving multiple warnings, the crazy just couldn't be contained. The crazy could not be contained. She just kept going and going further and further. Like, I think it's insane, And the court case was in fact conducted, and we do see the results here, the order, and it literally says plaintiff's motion to strike is granted, which I assume would mean that, it went through and she got herself into a pretty bad situation. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below, guys. Share your thoughts down below. That was pretty much it. I'm gonna go because the camera's about to die. Oh, it died. My camera died.
You should have known better than to think I would leave. You should have known better than to doubt I should leave.